everybody, and welcome to Geeks This Week. I'm Kitty Bucholtz.
And I'm John Bucholtz.
And this is episode 4, National Novel Writing Month. Yay!
Yay!
And since we're doing this only on YouTube right now, you can see my shirt. I'm a writer. What's your superpower? So, yeah, John, tell us, how did NaNoWriMo start?
Well, there was a author, Chris Beatty, that actually started it. He had about 21 friends that they all sort of got together and started writing. And he picked the month of November and was just sort of, hey, let's pick a time when we can all write. Let's set goals. It was the month of November, and he started it. And now from about 21 friends, it's now moved to about 300,000. So it's become quite the phenomenon when it comes to writers. Actually, it's very common amongst writers when you hear about it. I'll often hear friends and stuff talking about it, and they're very aware because it's a good goal setting time.
Yeah. In fact, the reason you heard about it is because you heard about it from me.
I did.
So it's fun. If you're interested in checking out the website and finding out more about it, it makes sense once you figure out what it is. But otherwise, when people are like NaNoWriMo and you don't know what it is, you're like, what in the heck are you talking about? So it's National Novel Writing Month, and it's the first 2 letters of every word except for writing is 3 letters, because otherwise it would be NaNoWriMo, and that's just even harder to say. NaNoWriMo. Yeah.
I'm a NaNoWriMo.
Yeah. So I think NaNoWriMo works better for me.
Yep. Unless you forget about it, and then I spent some weeks going NaNoMumu, what?
You called it NaNoMumu more times in the last 10 years.
I kept going, wait, Nano something. I know it's Nano. Start with Nano, and that's about it.
And a lot of people take the abbreviation and they abbreviate it more, and it's just Nano. So, National Novel. Go. So anyway, NaNoWriMo.org is the website, or you can just Google National Novel Writing Month if you can't remember any of the things that we just said. And every year they add more and more stuff to this website. So it's completely free. They created a nonprofit organization so that they could get donations from people who were using the site and completing books. And John, tell us, there's been a lot of books that you've heard of that have been written during National Novel Writing Month on the site, and then they get published and they're famous. But John, you were just reminding me of.
Yeah, Sarah Gruen's Water for Elephants was one that started as a NaNoWriMo.
NaNoMumu.
NaNoMumu. The NaNoWriMo project way back in 2006, 2007. Oh, no, that's actually, yeah. I think that's when it became a bestseller. But before then, around then, she did it for NaNoWriMo. And yeah. So it's not just for, the struggling author or the person who's, it just gives the writers a good set of time to work and set a goal for yourself.
Yeah, it's a goal, and it's fun because you're doing it with other people. And The bigger it gets, like now that it's worldwide, you can go in there, you can sign up, and then you add your project. You say that I want to work on, this book or that book. Or you can just say my project. If you're like, I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun just to write something. I've never written something ever in my whole life. Or this is your 49th book and you're on a deadline and you're like, I have to finish this book, so I'm doing it. I've done it both ways. So, but there's a lot of great stuff on the website. Once you sign in, you can get buddies. So John and I are buddies to each other, and our friends are buddies to us. And the nice thing about buddies is that every time that somebody updates their word count during the month, and the goal is to have 50,000 words written during the month, which is officially the length of a novel. Some people write 10,000, and you know what? It's 10,000 more than you had written, so good for you. Other people will write 60 or 70,000 because they're just on a roll, and I suppose ordering pizza every night. I'm not sure. But
but also, I mean, if you look at it, basically per day, you're averaging around 1,600 words a day.
Yeah.
So that can be a lot.
Yeah. 50,000 words divided by 30 days is 1,666. 0.66. So basically 1,667 words a day.
Yep.
And it just depends on whether or not you're on a roll when you're writing as to whether or not that's a lot. Some days I'm like, holy cow, I just wrote 1,000 words in an hour. So obviously it would only take me 2 hours to hit my word count every day. Other days, an hour later, I still only have 197 words. And I'm just thinking 3 more words, at least I would have 200. I'm sure you've
Yeah.
had days like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
had one of those like on Friday. I've written a couple novels myself. I don't think I've ever hit the goal on NaNoWriMo though. It's always sort of been a little longer because it does. I mean, as a writer, Kitty has always encouraged people to write every single day. And even if it's, 100 words or, 500 or a couple thousand is great, just as long as you're moving forward. This one, again, it's just sort of like, how am I going to get in 1,600 words? Because I write during lunch and I maybe get anywhere from, 200 to 500. So you definitely have to set time either at night or in the morning if you're working a full-time job like I am, or even if you're very busy doing other things, taking care of the house, it still can be a little
And,
challenging.
weekends. Yeah.
Weekends, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so on the website, I could for sure talk about this all day, but let me just tell you some things on the website. There's actually, when you go there, there's a tab that says My NaNoWriMo, and that's where you can add your project and find buddies, update, the kind of the bio, your favorite authors and your favorite books and whatever you want to put in there. Sometimes I just add whatever the name of my project is and I'm done. Under writers resources, they have Nano Prep. So there's a whole like 4-week, it's 4 weeks because a lot of people want to spend some time thinking about what am I going to write in November. And so they give you 4 different things to be thinking about during the 4 weeks of October. So I think one is world building and one is plotting, which even if you're a pantser, which means you write by the seat of your pants, you don't try to figure out what you're going to say, you just let it come out when you type it. If you still just have some general idea of where you're going, like even to narrow it down to what genre, like you'll probably come out with more of a formed book at the end. If you're happy just to write every day for 30 days and look at the monster at the end and go, well, that was fun, then that's cool too. The whole point of NaNoWriMo is just relax and write. If you're a planner, plan it out. If you're a professional writer and you're just using the time to write with your friends and hit a deadline, like you can do it however you want to do it. But then there's also all these pep talks from a lot of famous authors. Some years I recognize every single name. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, them and them and them. And other years I'm like, I believe that you're all famous. It's just that I obviously haven't read your books because I don't recognize any of your names. But that's the same for writers, actors, or anything else. So there's a lot of really great stuff to just motivate you, inspire you. Up until 2020, for the last 20 or whatever years it's been, you would even get together in live groups in coffee shops and stuff. I don't know
Yeah,
how
it can
much
be
of
a
that
little
we'll be
awkward
doing.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, John and I won't be doing that. No. But the other thing is that there's there's forums. So you can join the forum that's local to wherever your area. So for instance, John and I are in Sweden and there isn't one that's specifically in Malmö. So we're under Sweden-other. That's where we live in the nano world.
Luckily at work though, I have a rather, because we're a bunch of creative people, I also have a rather large writing group that sort of is in touch with each other at work. And I know more than one of them has talked about joining NaNoWriMo and sort of setting that as a goal for next month. And by the way, I didn't say November, so yes, as you might guess, starts on November 1st and goes until November 30th.
Yep. And they have put enough money into the website over the years where you can log in, say where you are at in the world. So even though like we've lived in California, we're from Michigan, we definitely want to choose Sweden as our region so that our word count starts at midnight at the beginning of November 1st. There are lots of people who have like writing parties where they stay up on October 31st, when it's Halloween and America and other places too sometimes. So they just stay up, fill themselves full of sugar and caffeine, and start writing at midnight, which sounds fun to me, except for then I would be totally off my sleep for the next 4 days and would actually get less writing done altogether. But it's based on your time zone. So as soon as you start writing at whatever time on November 1st, and then you have till midnight on November 30th to get your final word count in, so that, and you get all these, they really have used gamification well. So you get all these little badges, you know, the first time that you enter your word count, if you enter your word count 2 days in a row or 7 days in a row, or the first time that you get to 1,667 words, and all these other cute little badges and stuff. And you can buy t-shirts and all sorts of other things too. It's just all about making writing fun and making it happen, getting it done.
Yeah, it's really good at that. And, you know, it sets you goals, and especially if you're competing with your friends, there's really no prize at the end. You don't get a trophy sent in the mail or anything, but you do, I believe you'll get a badge, and you'll be, you know, a winner on the site. You'll be marked as a winner. And yeah, so that there's always that. And it's also, it can be friendly competition with your friends.
Yeah, I don't know how many years I'll look and see, you know, today's the 10th or whatever, and I'm like, yay, I'm up to, I'm just going to make up some numbers. I'm up to, you know, 11,459 words. And then I see my friend Stephanie is at 12,123, and I'm thinking,
Oh.
I could write 700 more words before I go to bed. I just want to beat Stephanie.
We don't like, you know, it's not like we hate you, Stephanie. We just,
No,
you know,
I
friendly
just want to beat. Yeah.
competition. Yeah, we just want to beat you.
And I know she's done it to me too.
So guys, as of today, I believe today's the 17th.
It is the 17th. Maybe we'll even get the podcast out on the 17th of October.
Well, we'll just say it's right now, it's mid-October. So if you listen to this soon after we get done recording it, then you guys have a little bit of time to, I don't know, maybe put something together and a chance to enter this year's NaNoWriMo. If not, you can always go next year. Once you get your email entered and once you've registered, they do send me friendly reminders and different ways and different methods on helping you write. So it is an ongoing resource. And it's just isn't a once a year thing. It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you're not really sure, you can still go to NaNoWriMo.org, not create an account there, and just look over the writer resources, the Nano Prep, the pep talks. For one thing, it'll just be interesting and inspiring if you're even just interested in reading. But if you're interested in writing too, like, you probably will be inspired before too long and sign up for an account. And then and then you can friend us. So I'm just Kitty Bucholtz, my name, KITTY BUCHOLTZ.
And I'm John with the same last name. So
JOHN, Bucholtz.
No, that's the first name, and then Bucholtz.
And then the last name, Which is good, because you used to, like, you can make any kind of name that you want. And John had a totally different thing. And I was like, I can't remember what you call yourself on there. You have to friend me first.
I was still sort of not wanting to let people know I was a writer, but I've sort of come out of the writing closet, I guess.
Yeah.
See it that way, coming out of the writing closet. And now I'm not ashamed to tell people I'm a writer. It's a little evident at work, considering at lunchtime I go sit myself at a single little table and put my laptop, and I'm bent over my laptop, busily writing away. So people at work could easily tell I'm a little bit of a writer, unless I could be really hardcore gamer, which is also probably a chance. But
well, that is also true, but
but I am writing, so.
That's right.
I've got Kitty. What's your goal actually for this night? Why don't we share it with our listeners?
Oh yeah, and then we should probably let people go, because we kept saying we should really do shorter podcast episodes. So I am getting ready to turn in a book proposal to Hallmark Publishing, and so I'm really working hard to finish that before the end of October, so I can go back to book 2 in my The Strays of Loon Lake series, which is sweet romantic comedy. So I already have, I think, 20,000 words written on Love at the Clip and Curl. And if I write 50,000 more words, then I'll have finished the book in 1 month, which would be kind of awesome.
It would be great.
Yeah.
And I'm on my second to last novella right now for my set of books for middle grade boys. The Guardian Chronicles is what it's called right now. And once I finish these 2 novellas, I will have a set of about 9 or 10 novellas. And I'm planning to publish that with my first novel. So yeah, I'm hoping to use NaNoWriMo to really finish everything off before the end of the year. So here's hoping.
Woohoo!
Hopefully I can get the time in and yeah, see if we can't both be successful in something like that.
That's right. Yay! And you. So join us.
Yes, join us. Find us on NaNoWriMo and let us know what you're going to write, and maybe we can all write together.
That's right. It doesn't even have to be geeky.
Doesn't even have to be easy. You can do whatever you want.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you liked our new show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notifications button, and you'll find out when our next show comes out.
See you guys next week.